It's Week 5 of the National Football League, and it's presented by EA Sports. It's the Seahawks and the Saints, next on Madden Football.
First opened back in 1975, there's a look inside the iconic Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Seattle Seahawks and the New Orleans Saints. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Saints team as they interplay. And losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Seahawks, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And if you look back to last week, it was all about their defense. Anytime you hold an NFL team to single digits, that's saying something.
Season already in the rear-view mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. This fielded right at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. As Seattle's offense comes onto the field, we'll see a 10-year veteran under center. Guy who broke into the league as a starter back in 2013, Geno Smith.
And I thought in last week's game, he found a way to win, like a good pitcher, without his best stuff. I mean, he did throw 2 interceptions, offset by 1 touchdown pass. Not the ratio, not the numbers you're really looking for as a QB. But finding a way to win, that's all that really matters.
Smith going to go to the air, first play. He hits his target, Lockett. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
I think that typically we expect teams to save their home run plays for later in the game when they feel like they have an advantage over a defense. But in this case, they thought they had the advantage right away and took the shot on the first play of the game and completed it successfully.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. And they'll run. It's Ken Walker. Demario Davis there on the stop. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Geno. He'll find Metcalf. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Holding offense.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. From the 50, it's Smith. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. 3rd and long, defense with no fear. They brought the pressure.
Zero fear at all. That means they feel really good about the guys who are going to cover. But the biggest one is they think their pressure will get there before he has a chance to find an open receiver.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Back deep, the Louisiana native, Jarvis Landry. This is taken at the 15. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Now here come the Saints about to begin their first possession. And the man in charge of this offense, his 8th season now in the NFL, former #1 pick, Jameis Winston.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the 1 interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets, and bottom line, how do they get a win?
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Working out of the gun, Winston. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. Winston now. Dancing to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Now Winston. They'll get this out to Kamara. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1. Interesting decision here. Opening drive, Charles. 4th and short. You're in field goal range. We'll see what they do.
I just shake a fist at my offense and say, go get it, guys, because if you can't pick up 4th and short here, we're probably in trouble the rest of the game. Show some confidence. Show some aggressiveness. Go pick it up.
Winston to throw for it on 4th. Escaping the pressure right. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you pumped the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
Throwing on 2nd down, Smith. He gets it to his running back, Rashad Penny. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Well, starting drive number 2 off on the right foot. Completion for the first down. Drive 1 they had to be pretty frustrating because they moved the football. They just didn't get any points out of it.
But warm up QB too. Let's bring in the backup. I mean, my goodness, you take them downfield and you don't score points. You know I'm being totally facetious here, right? I'm just kidding. Nice first drive. Rarely do teams score on every single drive in a game. But they like what they did there. They just hope they can pay it off this time with some points.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Now Gino on first down. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 14 yards that time for number 14. They brought the pressure and that man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit, and that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions. Even when you're taking some hits, sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up and make those throws, and he did that. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
Yeah, and this could be a sign of what this defense is in for, because all week long the coaches were preaching to the defense, you've got to be able to wrap up against a back like him or he can make you pay. Technique, technique, technique.
Now it's Smith. Buying time to his left. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Penny. He is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
I thought they were onto something with their play call and kind of went in reverse a little bit. Threw it on 1st down, then ran it on 2nd down. Not successful either way. What play call do they come up with here on this important 3rd down try?
Now Smith on 3rd and goal. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Myers' kick is good. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead.
Well, both teams kind of feeling each other out here. Now after 3 drives, we have a score with that field goal.
Yeah, they're still waiting for their breakout drive to come to them, all right? They're using the playbook well. They're looking for that extra section that says touchdowns instead of field goals. But they'll take the 3 for now and try and get set up for more later.
New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their 2nd drive.
They're coming off a 4th down gamble that last drive that backfired, CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they want to do is play off the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they failed on 4th down. Now they want to make it pay off. They want to pay homage to the defense and have their own drive pay off in points for themselves.
A good pickup there, 22.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Winston to give. It's Kamara.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Here's Winston. And his throw here's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Winston. Being chased out left. And that will be incomplete.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down.
Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This is taken around the 12.
Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Here's Walker to start the drive. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22.
On 2nd and 9, Smith.
That one taken in by Dwayne Eskridge.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And he edges forward but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw, Smith.
This is the tight end Fant. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
First down by Noah Fant. You're reminded watching him play that he's one of the most athletic tight ends we saw coming out of college in recent years. Every route and every catch can be turned into a bigger play with what he can do as an athlete in the open field. A nice big play from him there for the first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9. At the Saints 43-yard line.
On 2nd and 9, Smith. And his throw's going to be incomplete. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. To the air again, Smith. This complete to Lockett. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
So on 4th down, here's Jason Myers for the Seahawk field goal. From the right hash, this from 53. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They are still in search of their first points in the ball game, but only down 6-0 as they begin with a first down. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now Winston. That pass complete to Deontay Hardy. The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. The Saints at 1-3 here in the early part of the year. Well, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. 48 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Well, for Alvin Kamara, that speed-size combo, just about exactly what you want for a running back, and he uses that size, that strength to bust through a would-be tackler there. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. Again, it's Kamara. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Winston. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 26. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
First down, Winston. Got an open man, it's Washington. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
To throw again on 2nd down, Winston.
forced out to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third. From the gun, Winston. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he is going to have a Saints first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara with career touchdown number 70. And the Saints are an extra point away now from moving out in front. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Lutz with the extra point, and they take the lead here at 7-6. So that one a 11-play drive, and the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. And out now come the Seahawks. They've probably got some adjustments to make because they've moved the football okay at times, but they haven't been able to get anything consistently going, have they?
What you worry about is it almost turns into a basketball game where one team's coming down and hitting threes, and you're coming back and getting twos, and you steadily lose ground. In this situation, you're talking about touchdowns to field goals. They want to put in the end zone and put those 6s on the board.
Yeah, they've been settling. That's why they're down on the scoreboard right now.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice gain.
Back to Walker on 1st down. And this will be a Seahawks 1st down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line. A gain of 11 on the play. 1st down, Seahawks.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. A shotgun snap for Smith. He's got his big tight end, Fant. Smith trying to get him to the line quickly with the clock rolling. Flush to it, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
And that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense. They kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
On 3rd down, here's Walker.
And he'll get this only up to about the 35. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. Now Landry. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That'll go as a 39-yard punt, give him 9 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Alvin Kamara and the Saints set to start their next drive. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. A first down throw for Winston. He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
I got kicked out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And he fires one incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Again, it's Winston. That's complete to Troutman, right side. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And this is going to remain a 1-point game.
One of the few things that hasn't gone right in this first half. They had a chance there for late points, but this one winds up off the mark.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And maybe a chance for a quick completion and then a long field goal try. We'll see. And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. Let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Continuing on, here's a look at the next-gen stats in that first half, and they weren't able to get a whole lot done throwing the football. That'll likely be a big key if they want to turn things around in the second half. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they too didn't throw the ball as well as they would have liked. And I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And from the end zone, Deontay Hardy will bring it out. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. Now, this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. They start the second half with Kamara. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time. Forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Throwing, Winston. It's hauled in by Hardy.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
That was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Kamara up the middle. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 82 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Jameis to throw it. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Winston. That pass is caught by Hardy. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Winston now to throw on 1st down. A quick throw, but incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll throw again. Winston. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive. On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2. And that gain of 9 buys them a new 7 downs.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense get a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Kamara trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. They'll run it with Kamara, and he is unable to get in. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the 1. The Seattle defense, they haven't broken yet. Coming up here on a 3rd and goal situation. They'll try to run it in. It's Kamara. And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
The kick by Lutz is good. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. All things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Here's Smith. And that's going to be caught downfield by Fant. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Penny, a first down carry. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Penny. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of 35. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact on the ball for the next 4th down. Now here's Jason Myers. He gets set for the Seahawk field goal. From the right hash, this from 53. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And that will keep this a 4-point game. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me, what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not, it's not the misses. It's the 2nd miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
So the long field goal misses, and now the reverse. You're in a tough spot defensively. They'll start the drive at the 43. They begin on the ground with Kamara. It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 105 yards rushing now for Kamara. It's a first down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Jameis now on 1st down. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
It's a gain of a yard.
Winston to give. It's Kamara. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. To throw is Winston. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. On 3rd down, Winston. And that is incomplete.
I have a few questions about that throw because to me there just wasn't a lot there. I thought he tried to do a little bit too much, almost tried to will a receiver open when there was no chance he was going to be. Nice job by the linebacker being all over that one and knocking it away.
So that gets him a little bit of breathing room, but not much. And you have to think back to the field goal that he missed earlier. This would be a 2-score game right now if he had converted them.
And if you and I are thinking about it, you know he is as well, because in the back of his mind, he's thinking, I hope I get one more shot in an important spot. He just made that one. He wants one more later to truly make up for the earlier miss.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. jet sweep to start the drive. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
A gain of 12. And the Seahawks first down.
Now it's Smith. And he wisely will throw that one away. Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Now Geno. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Walker. This offense so far on 3rd down, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Smith throwing again. He's got his tight end Fant. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows first down.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play. But we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one. Wound up hitting him for a first down.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run with Penny here out of the shotgun. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. On 2nd down, it's Walker. And only a couple there as he'll take this up to the 47. 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Out of the gun, Smith. He lets it fly for Lockett. But he's got it inside the 10. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice being put into the game.
Now a throw in the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. On 2nd and goal, Smith. Touchdown, Seahawks. Tyler Lockett, his first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th-quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. So that drive goes a full 80 yards in 10 plays. And it ends with a Tyler Lockett touchdown. All square now at 13-all as he sends this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as they'll get this up to the 29. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. The big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably gotten some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
They run it again with Kamara. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line. It's a gain of a yard.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. 139 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big 3rd down conversion. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Winston. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. So now, following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. To throw, Winston. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. From the 5, 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up
Winston. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Adam Troutman, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Saints answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. So, Charles, this game feels like it has been punch, counter punch all throughout. And that touchdown breaks our tie here in the 4th quarter.
You're making me want to get back in the gym and start training again. You talk about those punches and counter punches. I also think this is where you and I start thinking to ourselves, who's going to make the play to change that, right? Who's going to get out of this little cycle that we're in right now and make a play and give their team a firm advantage?
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Now Gino on 1st down. And that is incomplete here.
Oh, they'll certainly be on the tablets going over that one for sure. Clearly, they were expecting something else out of the defense and couldn't adjust to make that completion happen.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Smith. And this one too low. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Gino now to throw. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And the offense will cover this one up, but they'll be pushed back inside their own 10. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
And you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. And he is going to lose yardage here. Clock running, and the Seahawks, they're running 2, trying to speed up to the line of scrimmage. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now it's Smith. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 41-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Smith. He'll find Metcalf. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Working with a 2nd and 3. Smith now to throw. That's caught over the middle by Fant. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 23. He's got Thompson here, complete. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. This one came right down to the wire, and Ceedee had that one final chance to try to navigate their way into the end zone, but couldn't get it done to avoid the loss.
Yeah, how about the defense there? Because while they had one final look at the end zone, the defense made sure they knew what they were doing on the last play, executed it flawlessly, and no flags. Because remember, if there's a defensive penalty, there's one play left in the game that the offense gets. They didn't allow that to happen.
So for the Saints, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they'll have another home date next week as the Cincinnati Bengals come to town. Meanwhile, for Seattle, the loss will move them back